Pardon me and my tone. You can't step to my throne. They ain't working like me. I did this on my own. You asking where we been, huh? I don't know where to begin, huh? All this dirt on my skin. I just came here to win. I'm more than a man, I'm a monster. Somebody call a pastor, doctor. I got a 6 cents for imposters. So now I'm coming for the whole roster. It's not a game, why you playing with me? You could double back, lose track, try and hang with me. It must be in my veins, something you can't tame, cause I break the chains. Can't control me. I got the power, I got the keys, cause I break the chains. They try to hold me, I'ma push back, just wait.
Welcome to the Talkin Vols Network. My name is Boogie Bentley, and an offensive lineman with a ton of SEC experience is in the transfer portal, and old Uncle Austin Price over at VolQuest seems to think Tennessee is going to be in the mix. We'll take a look at all that coming up in just a second. As always, do me a favor, go ahead and smash that like button just below the video. If you will press that little thumbs up, helps the channel. We would greatly appreciate it. Also, if you are new to the Talkin Vols Network, welcome. We're not experts. We're not insiders. We are fans just like you. If you enjoy the content, go ahead and subscribe. Click that bell for notifications. You won't miss out when we go live or when we drop new content. We also cover the basketball program. Dauber and the Indy Kid will be live tonight immediately following the game, so make sure you tune in for Talkin Vols Live. Now, let's go ahead and jump into this one. This is the article. It's from 24/7 Sports. Auburn offensive guard Tashawn Manning to transfer. This is written by Nathan King. The article here says an experienced offensive lineman will not be utilizing his extra year of eligibility with the Tigers. Senior offensive guard Tashawn Manning entered the transfer portal Tuesday. He announced on social media the converted defensive lineman appeared in 30 games for Auburn over his career as an offensive guard. It goes on to say Manning played in all 12 games this season at both left and right guard and started the final 3 games at left guard due to an injury to Brandon Council. Says here him, Council, and Alex Jackson shuffled at left guard throughout the season. And then it goes on to talk about, depending on the decisions of 3 other senior offensive linemen, could be as many as 6 Auburn offensive linemen with starting experience being out the door after this season. And then it wraps up the article saying Manning, who overcame a battle with leukemia in the early stages of his career, was a 3-star defensive lineman out of Florida in Auburn's 2017 class. And this entire thing is just an interesting story to me. The kid alone, Tashawn Manning, very interesting. Again, his fight through leukemia, being recruited out of high school as a defensive lineman, and then making that switch over to the offensive line. And that's where I think Tennessee kind of comes into play. He does have a relationship with Rodney Garner. Now, again, according to Austin Price over at VolQuest, he does believe that Tennessee and Kentucky are both in the mix. But the interesting thing for me with this is that Tashawn Manning plays guard, and Tennessee obviously needs depth on the offensive line. But if Tashawn Manning is looking for playing time, if he's looking for a starting job, it was just recently announced Jerome Carvin at Tennessee would be coming back for a super senior season. Javonte Spraggins is a sophomore. Tennessee has some experience on the offensive line. I'm actually kind of excited about the offensive line going into next year. Darnell Wright at left tackle, Carvin coming back at left guard, Cooper Mays at center, Spraggins at right guard. You've got some guys with experience. How does Jeremiah Crawford come along at tackle? The big question mark is going to be who can fill Cade Mays' shoes. Is Dane Davis going to be able to elevate his play? But that's the position of need. That's the position that we all keep waiting on these transfer portal rumors to come out about an offensive tackle. And yes, I'm assuming, I would be hoping that this Tennessee coaching staff is evaluating every single offensive tackle that enters the transfer portal. Obviously, that's a need. So it's kind of head scratching that Tashawn Manning would be interested, or that Tennessee would be interested, other than the fact of adding depth. I get it from Tennessee's side. But what exactly is Tashawn Manning looking for? What could he add to this team? If you go to NFL Draft Scouting Reports at SI.com, the scouting report on him says big and wide-bodied guard who can take on the bigger nose tackles, above average first step quickness out of the stance when pulling. Eyes are always looking for work in pass protection, has big and heavy hands, and the ability to stay locked on when driving defenders. Consistently high punch locations, started every game in 2020. I just told you he had a lot of experience in 2021 at guard for the Auburn Tigers and will have plenty of starts under his belt before draft day. So again, how does Tennessee fit into this mix? And Tashawn Manning, just an interesting story, man. I couldn't find a whole lot about him out there as far as scouting reports, but I did find his senior profile going into this year, and this is from AuburnTigers.com, and it talks about the journey that he's gone through. And again, 3-star defensive lineman coming out of high school, out of the state of Florida, commits to Auburn during the summer before his senior season in 2015. He was named an ESPN top 75 defensive tackle. Here's a quote from him. It says, "I was kind of an underdog in high school. When I got my offer from Auburn, I said that this was the top. I knew that if I wanted to get to the next level, this is the step that would get me there." But then again, Thanksgiving Day, 2015, he was diagnosed with leukemia. Started chemotherapy shortly after that, which went on for 8 months. And just imagine being that age, that young, man, your whole life ahead of you, and you're facing this battle, and you don't know what the future holds moving forward. But he fights through it, works his way back. He was actually taking community college courses while also taking chemotherapy. Something that I thought was pretty neat. Auburn did agree to honor Manning's scholarship throughout this fight with cancer. He was declared cancer-free in July of 2016. Then he returned to Auburn, and then once again, another step, another challenge as he shifts from the defensive line over to the offensive line to help out his team. Seems like the type of guy that you would want on your football team. And I'm just curious, how much does that relationship with Rodney Garner play into this? Can Tennessee, a huge addition, a guy with SEC experience, that is a huge thing that Tennessee needs to add on this offensive line. And again, I know we need help at tackle. That's the obvious. But we also need depth. We need a lot of depth on this offensive line. SEC is brutal. It's a gauntlet. How many times throughout the course of the season did we see guys this year banged up on that offensive line? So adding Tashawn Manning, adding some depth would be huge for this football team. Leave me a comment. Let me know how you guys think he would fit into the mix. Obviously, just a great story. Just a great story, great kid. How do you think he would fit in with this Tennessee offensive line? Let me know if any names out there that you guys are seeing in the transfer portal. Again, I'm trying to chase down the ones that make sense. There's a couple out over the last couple of weeks. Go back, check those out. Also, you can support the channel. Go check out the official merchandise of the Talkin Vols Network. You can go to bonfire.com/store/Talkin Vols. We got these new TBA Jam Talkin Vols edition t-shirts for any of the basketball fans. And again, basketball fans, reminder, tonight, Indy Kid Dauber going live immediately after the game. So tune in for that. But then we got all the old familiars, the State Pride merchandise, the hats, toboggans, water bottles, all that good stuff, coffee mugs. Again, any and all support, greatly appreciated. Just hit 10,000 subscribers not too long ago, but we are on that road to 11,000. We appreciate you guys and what you do for this channel. Whether you hit the thumbs up, whether you drop super chats, whether you comment. Love interacting with you guys in the comment sections. But any and all support, greatly appreciated. I cannot say thank you enough. But that is going to wrap it up for this one. If you have not done so yet, please smash that thumbs up on the way out the door. This is the Talkin Vols Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Go Big Orange.
The songs howl like we poets sat in our chains, soaking moonlit falls, unbroken past this inundated orb that we call home. And it's night and I'm alone and I'm alive. The